Hello everyone, myself Dr. Antarif. Today we are going to start with class 10 biology, very important chapter that is life processes. Now, what is life processes? For happening of life process, molecular movement is necessary. This here they have mentioned about the movement of very small scales which invisible and naked eyes. But if we ask the question professional, they will say in fact viruses do not show any molecular movement until they infect some cell. But molecular movement is necessary for life process. But in case of viruses, they show movement when they enter a living cell. That means viruses are living inside a living organism. From this paragraph, it can be derived. Now, from this paragraph, they are saying that the movement and well organized structures, that is tissues. Tissues have cells. Cells have smaller components in them. Now, understand that fact, many cells make up a tissue. This is a single individual cells, and inside the cell there are other smaller structures. You have learned these things in your class 9. Now coming to the next page, here they are mentioning about the maintenance processor need for prevent damage and breakdown and energy needed from them. The energy come from outside of the body of the individual. That is, this energy come in the source of food we take. So must the process transfer source of energy from the outside of the body of the organism, which we call food, and inside the process commonly called nutrition. This food item will break down into smaller particles, and these smaller particles get absorbed, goes into the cell, and provide nutrition. From this paragraph, this is derived. Now, outside sources of the energy can be quite varied since the environment is not under control of the individual organism. The sources of energy therefore need to be broken down until built up in the body. As I have already mentioned this, that food is broken down into smaller particles. Now, various molecular movements needed for maintaining living structure, as well as the kind of molecules our body needs to grow. For this, a series of chemical reactions in the body is necessary. These chemical reactions can be called as oxidizing and reducing reactions. Oxidizing and reducing reactions are very important for life processes. You will get this oxidizing and reducing reaction in your chemistry book, and the process acquiring oxygen from the outside of the body. For the processes, we get, as we all know, that we get oxygen from the environment inside the body, and this oxygen helps us in various chemical reactions in and water also, and in the process of the breaking down of food sources into cellular niche, as I have already told. In case of single cell organism, now what we are talking about earlier, it was a tissue system, a cell, and inside the cell. Now what happened in a single cell? Now in case of a single cell, various organelles are there, and these organelles, cell organelles, for your clearance, organelles means the things present in a cell responsible for various processes like protein synthesis, lipid synthesis, and in case of unicellular organism, respiration. Now, they have mentioned in here is that exchange of gases and removal of need because of the entire surface of the organism in contact with the environment. But what happens when the body size of the organism increase? In multicellular organisms, all cells may not be direct contact with the surrounding environment, as we have discussed already. There is tissue system, there is a organism, there is a organ system involved in multicellular organism. Now we have seen previously how multicellular organisms and various body parts specialized function to perform, and their organization of the body organism, therefore not suppressing the uptake food and oxygen as well as function in specialized tissues. The situation creates needs for transportation system and carrying food and oxygen to one place of the another to the body. Now, I have already told that we take food as a source for nutrition. This food needs to be broken down into smaller particles, and this food has to go to some place where it can be broken down. For that, it needs transportation. That is called transportation. Now, from this paragraph, they have said only this, the transportation. And when chemical reaction use the carbon source and the oxygen for energy generation, they create byproducts that are not only useless for the cell and but could be harmful. Generally, you see, when we do something, a chemical reaction always create a byproduct which can be useful or useless. And these products can be harmful also, such as free radicals. You will get about free radicals in your chemistry book. These free radicals are quite harmful. Now, going to the next page, the important things here about the multicellular organisms are for specialized tissue for excretion as well. As I have already told you about the various organ systems in multicellular organism.